Hello, my beautiful artist. How are you guys doing today? I'm doing pretty good. And today is a very special day because we are officially starting our work on the elements of art. Y'all should have seen my elements of art video. If you haven't, stop the video now and go watch that first. But if you did watch it, then you'll know that today we are starting the very first element, which is line. Yay! Now, before we get into line, let's do our elements of art hand jive. All right, ready? Here we go. The elements of art are line. I've started making this like karate chops, so do the karate chops with me. Line, shape, form, color, value, texture, and space. Those are the elements of art. And like I said, today we are working on the first element of art, which is line. I've made a line packet to go along with this video. I suggest either putting it on the screen next to you or watching this video then doing your packet, or you can print it out, or if you don't really have that option but you want to do it on paper, I am completely okay with you having a separate sheet of paper, making your lines on that second sheet of paper, and then turning in a picture of the page. The line work is what you're going to get your grade on. So make sure you turn something in. Okay, but let's get started because we have a ton of lines to go through and practice together. So, line. A line is the path of a point moving through space. Again, a line is the path of a point moving through space. What that means is, I left my pointers over here. What that means is that if I have a point here, and I have another point here, a line is what gets me from here to there. That's a line. Easy enough. So let's do that definition one more time. A line is the path of a point moving through space. Meaning if I have a point here and here, a line is what gets me between the two. Make sense? There are a ton of different kinds of lines. There's straight, curvy, wavy, zigzag, thick, thin, loopy, scalloped. Ooh, so many different kinds of lines. It makes my head hurt. And we are going to practice a lot of them. So, get your pencils out and let's get going. All right. This would be a good time to either get your packet, get that thing ready, or get your sheet of paper and your utensil, whatever you're using. Here we go. So, our very first line that we're going to talk about is a straight line. Let me write straight up here for you. Straight. A straight line is super, I want to say it's super easy, but kind of hard to do a perfect straight line. But what I'm wanting from you guys is to just put your pen, pencil, marker, pointer down. I'm just going to use the word utensils from now on. Put your utensil down and drag it across your screen. Point, drag, up. Point, drag, up. Now you only need to make one of these, but just so you guys understand the process, again, it's point, drag, up. That's it. Now we're going to make a curved line. By the way, the reason I'm making this a video like this is so that if I'm ever going too fast, you guys have the ability to rewind, fast forward, do whatever it is you need to get your work done. Okay, a curved line. Curved line is also pretty simple in that it kind of just looks like a hill. So, or an upside down U, like this. You see? Like my head. A curved line, you're just going to, again, put your utensil down, go up and over and down. Up and over and down. Like if you're making a rainbow, you would use a curved line to make the different colors. So, curved, ta-da, rainbow. Now we're going to make wavy lines. Wavy lines. So, a wavy line is going to look like the waves of an ocean or a shark fin, or sometimes they even look like little blades of grass. And there's two ways to do it. You can either curve up and then bring it down, curve up, bring it down, curve up, bring it down, curve up, bring it down. Well, you're going to curve up, bring it down either way, but you can either do it this direction going right, or you can do it the opposite direction going left. This one looks a little bit more like the shark fins. This one looks a little bit more like the blades of grass. So again, we're going to go up with our line, and then going in that same direction, you bring it down. Up and down. Up and down. I messed up on that. Up and down. Like that. Wavy lines. Okay. Alright, now we're going to make a thick line. Thick line is the same as straight line, except you're going to make it thick. And what I mean by that, thick, is that you are going to make your initial straight line, and then you're just going to go back and forth on it a couple of times. Just like that. Now, if you're using a separate sheet of paper and you happen to have a marker, a really easy way to make a thick line is with a marker. All you need to do is kind of use the side of your marker and press down on it. Just like that. And there we have a thick line. Now the opposite of a thick line is going to be a thin line. A thin line. A thin line is, it's not even like a normal, just like pencil push. It's going to be a very light dragging across. So you want to use the very tip of your pencil or whatever you're using to drag across and create a thin line. Now, I personally prefer making these with utensils like markers or things because I can just take the very pointed tip of my marker and just drag it across, making a very thin line. Just like that. But if you don't have a marker, you might, if you're on Seesaw, you can use the pencil. I think y'all know what I'm talking about. One, or if you're doing this on Canvas, which some of you guys will be, unless you're doing a pencil and paper, you'll probably just have to make a straight line, which is, it's okay. As long as y'all understand what I'm talking about. Anyway, next we have a loopy line. Loopy. A loopy line. A loopy line is going to kind of look like a roller coaster or a racetrack in that you go up, make an oval, and then you come down. come down, up, oval, come down, like that. Or you can also do it the opposite direction. So you can go down, oval, come up, down, oval, come up, down, oval, come up, down, oval, come up. Loopy. Just like that. That is a loopy line. Now we're going to make a scalloped line. A scalloped line kind of looks like U's connected together. It can also be used for fish scales, which I will show you. Scalloped. So scalloped is, like I said, it's going to look like little U's connected together. So we're going to make a U, go up, U, keep it connected, U, U, U. Are making some really great lines right now. I know some of y'all are just like, oh, it's Braun. But some of y'all are like, hey, those are good ones. Those are my people. So anyway, just make your little U's. We'll do it one more time with you. U, 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 U are a really great artist. Yeah. All right, now I'm going to make y'all a fishy to show y'all what I mean by that. I'll give my fishy an eye and a smile. And I'm going to make my first little scales. And then what I'll do is I'll keep connecting them until the whole thing has scales. I'm kind of rushing this because we have a lot more lines to do. But just to show you guys what I'm talking about. Here's our fishy. Yay! We're going to name him Frank. Frank the fish. Woo! Okay. Now we're going to do dotted lines. Dotted and dashed. Dotted and dashed. So a dotted line and then a dashed line. A dotted line is exactly how it sounds. All you're doing is making little dots all across the paper. You guys may have done connect the dots things before. This is how they make them. They just put the dots in a line and then you can connect between them all. But also you can just have a dotted line where it is a bunch of little dots going in a certain direction. Now a dashed line is pretty much the same as dotted, except you're going to use little baby lines to make it. So you're going to go line, space, line, space, line, space, line, space, line, space, line, space, line, 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 etc. Let me bring you guys a little bit closer so you can see the difference. See, dotted is little circles, dashed is little lines. Everybody doing good so far? Yeah? We're going to go with yeah. Okay, our next lines are going to be bumpy and zigzag. So we've got bumpy and we have zigzag. Bumpy and zigzag. A bumpy line is going to, you kind of use squiggles, like going back and forth with your pen or utensil to make it. And what I mean by that, here, I'm going to bring you guys closer for this one. You'll see bumpy. There we go. So I'm taking my pen and I'm kind of just moving it both ways. Just kind of all in all different directions to make it look almost like rocks. Bumpy. Just like that. You just make little movements while you're making your line. And that is what will create those bumpy lines. Let's do it over here again. Just little movements while you're making your line to create that bumpy texture. This will come back when we get to texture in our elements of art. And now we have zigzag, which is like drawing triangles or mountains. All you need to do with that is go up, straight line up, straight line down, straight line up, straight line down, straight line up, straight line down, straight line up, straight line down. Like mountains. Yes. Okay. Now I believe we are on our last two kinds of lines for you guys. Oh, actually there's only one more kind of line for you guys, which is spiral. I really like spiral lines. Especially they're really fun to use for writing. So a spiral is kind of going to look like, it's kind of gonna look like a snail shell. So you're going to make a little swirly like that. It's called a swirl. Spiral swirl. And you can make several of those. And then like I said, you can use it to make a snail too. There we go. Sam the snail. This is Sam. Sam the snail. So, yeah, spiral again. It's like making a disconnected circle. So it's like we start to make a circle and then just miss the top, start to make a circle, just miss the top, circle, circle, circle. And there you go. We have a spiral. Yay! And that is it for our work today. You might notice that there's an extra page on your packet, which is draw a castle using different kinds of lines. Do not do that. That is what we're going to be doing for our project next week. And I will again be making a video to go along with that. I'm really looking forward to seeing you guys' different kinds of lines. Don't forget to turn something in, whether it is through Seesaw, if it's a separate sheet of paper, like I said, either way, that is fine. I just need a copy of it because that is how I'm going to grade. So that's all I've got for you guys today. Great work, and I will see y'all next time. Bye.